Okay. This was a lie. Okay. But anywho, I kind of did get thrown off, but I don't know. We'll just keep going. Um, Again, don't rush and make any. Oh, that's what it was. Don't let anyone try to convince you of something that you like different than what you know to be true for yourself or what's best for yourself. Use your wisdom and discernment. Ask questions. And then if it's something where it's like someone's really good at wordplay or someone's really good at manipulating, whatever the case may be, then I would be like, hold on, let me think about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so quick to give an answer right away. You don't have to feel pressured. Um, just be mindful at this time. Again, use your discernment because something is going to be evident when it comes to intention, integrity. Yeah, definitely with that energy. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the oracle messages for you for the Peacock. This is what the closing message overall is going to signify. Um, that just flipped over with this is meant to be. Let's see. Let's get the oracle book. I am going to read this one though. So hold on one second, because I don't have all these memorized any. But intuitively, that is what it feels like. I feel like this is a representation of you expressing yourself confidently, letting your tail feathers up. Let me see. That was crazy though, right? As soon as I was trying to say, don't let somebody convince you, just cut off. Okay. So yeah, we have inner beauty, compassion, a simulator of anything. So the beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. So when it's in balance, it's confident and kind. When it's out of balance, it can't digest situations. And to bring into balance is meditation. It says on the navel, I'm assuming that's like the belly button or like on your belly. But again, you're open. You can digest information. You're not limited in your perceptions and your ability to see, to continue to expand, to move forward. And I feel like as a result, you've got good karma coming, good justice for the decisions that you've been making, for the wise choices you've been making for yourself. So I just feel like when it comes to either connecting with someone or again taking the advice of someone, just look at the root of the situation, because it does feel like I said, going back into that's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to tell you, you're getting ready to go through some level of elevation. That's what it feels like. That's different than what status quo is for you or what's been around. This could be at work, this could be within your family. It's like you're reaching some sort of accolade or milestone, but that's like known to you. um and it's in no way, shape, or form belittling it or making it small, because it is very big, whatever this is. That's how you're gonna feel. Like it's really a huge accomplishment. There's success with this. And this could even be with like a successful relationship, you meeting a partner and you guys being one of the first ones to have like a successful marriage, or a successful family unit, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of envy and jealousy. It does kind of feel like that, like people never thought that like it'd be you, or you know what I mean? Some people even wanted it to possibly be anybody but you. Take that as it resonates. People are very sick, okay? And it doesn't matter what they wanted, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, it's ordained. Um, So trust in what you're being shown, what you desire, what your visions, your goals are, and what your ideal soulmate is, and who you think. I don't want to say who you think, but who you know you are, like, and who you know you're capable of attracting. When it comes to worth and value, you don't have to settle for anything. Yeah. So First card out here is tenderness. And this says, there is strength and softness and strength. You have learned to demonstrate both with such agility and grace. Your capacity to love knows no boundaries, which grants you the spaciousness to give and receive love freely. Rise in love, stand in love, expand in love, be in love. Love is the core and the essence of who you are. Let your tenderness show in all you do. Be a gentle voice in the world, a tender touch, a warm embrace, a soft whisper. So this is tying into your heart chakra. This is also referencing pink tourmaline, and cayenne is the herb that is referenced on here. But 25, first of all, the 25th is still yet to come in this month. So very significant with timing. But this year, I definitely think that this year is the year for you to experience a lot of tenderness. And possibly by November at the latest is when this vision will really be in your reality, like full blown. It really could come in the form of a partnership. And I feel like, especially if it's tying into partnerships, don't be so quick to listen to someone else's forewarnings and ill advise against you having happiness with someone because they bring you peace, or because they're a peaceful person, or I don't know, they're different. There's something about that. That different is exactly what you need. The first, listen, family. Mm-hmm. This is a simple step to focus on who's nurturing, who's offering this tenderness, and who's not, with this love and compassion. I also think too, though, I'm not gonna lie, with 25 being what this equates to, listen to your intuition. Don't let someone manipulate you, especially a mother figure in particular. Someone who's like family, even if this isn't a mother figure, this could be someone that you're just close with, someone who could be a little bit older than you. 23 could be of some significance here. In some instance too, you are correct if you're wondering if about someone's sexual orientation and their interest in you. That is a yes, if it's like a same sex, and that's like the why they're like kind of pause. Like when they say something, they say pause. Like that's kind of what I'm getting. Like pause. You might find yourself saying that or saying that to them sometimes or whatever. But yeah, that is it. That's why. Okay. Literally show me what to reject externally, internal, the subconscious thought. Literally. Mm-hmm. It's right here. And I feel like externally, you're being shown what to reject. You're being shown what no longer serves you. And you're also being illuminated as to why. With the subconscious thought, I think that there's a need for you to really kind of let go of whatever limiting beliefs you have about yourself. I mean, again, air energy right here. And you might just need to take a moment to sit there and actually think about it, accept it, and then move forward, or give yourself some time alone, away from family. You have speak up for your beginner's oracle with this. Your voice, opinion, desires, and all that is you matters. Honesty with yourself and others. Live freely and boldly. Am I consistently showing up? This is about you living in your authentic truth. Ultimately, it says some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. So today's action, journal where you can be more consistent in your life in alignment with your goals, your soulful goals, and show up. Yeah, your soulful goals, not just the flesh goals. This is about you seeking deeper meaning as well. And I honestly think that there's an awareness, like I said, someone that's no longer serving you. And I feel like in how you've been servicing this person or connected to this environment, you're over it. You're ready to experience a higher version of yourself. If I'm being honest, like, it's just recognizing what's been holding you back. Listen, out of the woods, you made it through. I'm so serious. And this is a 10 right here. And I said 10th house energy, Saturn energy. Maybe at one point you couldn't see the forest for the trees. Maybe this is after a period of taking a step back, getting into some like self-discipline. What this is showing you, though, is that there is a newness. What newness is emerging? There is some sort of, like I said, something new is coming. And I feel like it's you and what you're attracting. I don't even think you recognize what you're attracting. I understand deeper truths. Crown chakra. It's right there. It's this or something better. I'm so serious. So flat out, that's been your message. Either you stay there or you continue to move forward. Either you stay codependent, you stay stuck with them. Because it feels like if you do decide, like, you're going to be stuck. It's like something comes to a halt, to a pause. Something then is only imagination at that point. Because you're being called to reject something. Your emotions here, you have respectful. It says differential, courteous, and admiring. Your astrological influence with this is Scorpio. Get to the bottom of things. Affirm your power and transform. Pisces energy. Connect to your intuition, to art, to your imaginary world. You're ready for new. You've grown. You've gone through a personal transformation yourself. I feel like you may even be tired of fighting. You don't want to fight. Again, it's this or something better, especially with fighting. Maybe this is also recognizing like family, like tenderness is something where it's like love, like softness, being able to have that. I feel like you're overcoming some sort of emotional turmoil within yourself linked to your inner child that forces you to stay in situations that really don't serve you out of giving too much respect to tradition, to your beliefs, your values, even when it causes you to self-sabotage, forfeit your authority in some way, shape, or form. That's what that's giving me. So if I had to summarize this, what it looks like the pain that's being released is, one, your lack of authority, you not being a lot more gentle with yourself and utilizing this authority, and patient with yourself, giving yourself time to process information. I don't think that you're listening to whatever you've been telling yourself or whatever was told to you, that you've kind of had buried or replayed over and over again. Something's brought the awareness to this with this deeper truth here. Especially with opponent. How you react or respond, how you were, I should say. I don't think you were speaking up. I think you were suppressing a lot, to say the least. Again, you don't put your tail feathers up a lot. I think you were just kind of accepting a lot, keeping a lot in your mind. This is about you seeing things for what it is, not turning a blind eye anymore, not suppressing anymore, and dealing with things head on. Yeah, home. As I said, the fourth house, what did I see the fourth house at? Was it here? Yeah, generosity. Shelter, safety, nurturing, and warmth. That's what this is about. You kind of redefining, and in that redefining, allowing yourself to receive that energy, whether it just be to yourself independently, or creating that environment around you in addition to with speaking up. And again, with what to reject, I think you might actually be severing something. You do have a 10 here. And then this tower energy, I feel like with there's something better. Yeah. Something may come out that pushes you into this energy. Again, tower energy with this. So, honestly speaking, the new integrity to hold on to and hold yourself accountable to is that you made it through the woods. You made it through the wilderness. You made it through, I feel, the worst of the worst. So now it's like, don't turn back now. Speak up. If you're still in this environment, I would bow out of something. That's what this is giving me. Like, it's like, being like in a tender way, like, especially with this, it's like love knowing no boundaries. And I don't think someone understands that for this pile in particular. That's what it's kind of giving. So let's see what you are accepting then. By you being more consistent, I feel like by you being more respectful to both your masculine and your feminine energy, again, going into you being a lot more open to receiving nurturing energy, you being nurturing to yourself. Your masculine energy, when it comes to you taking action, you speaking up, you doing what you feel. This is really heavy here. With this, I understand deeper truths in the crown chakra. I would not play around with this, especially with the sixth chakra coming up here so much with the third eye. Really honor the wisdom that you know, especially if it's tying into some sense of security, because something is definitely going to impact somebody's balance, and particularly towards Sagittarius season, like someone's movement forward. That's what it is. Something is like going to stop something. It's going to bring something to a complete halt, or either it's going to reverse, like cause you to go backwards, or you're going to feel like that. Like, why would you go back into the woods and you just got out of the woods? Holy Spirit, what is being received then with peace? Strength, intuition. Look at the cards. Purpose. Literally, you find your strength, your real strength, your truth. Your intuition is lit. I can't express this to you enough. I don't care if I don't know specifically, if I can't tell you verbatim that you feel like this because of XYZ 1, 2, 3. You know, I'm just a messenger. I'm just a vessel. My job is just to show up and to speak truth with what I feel, genuinely, with integrity. And with this strength and this intuition, with this purpose, whatever this is, that when you see your future, for your future, as in terms of like desire, success, status, even where it applies, yes, please do whatever it is that you're thinking about doing. Come out of fear, come out of stagnancy with that, and do it. Because you're going to be successful with it. You just need to be consistent. That's it. And consistency is not extremity where you're like overloading yourself with unrealistic expectations. Just start. You have to just start. Of course, write it down, make it clear, get an understanding and everything, but don't try to convict yourself to doing everything all at once that you're seeing in this vision. God is just showing you what it's going to look like. And even in showing you what it's going to look like, that's still not even the big picture. That's just a glimpse of like the entry point of your breakthrough. That's not the expansion on the other side of the breakthrough. That's just the motivation to get you to break through where whatever this is, for you to do the work, to be disciplined, to like I said, there is a severance here, and it's purposeful because you are not supposed to still be in some sort of woods wherever you are. I'm so serious with magic right here. Now, I'm not one that does the practicing with that stuff. Okay. I will pray about it and leave it to God. But I will say, anybody that thought that they were practicing, okay, I'm just saying it's a lot of spiritual energy in this. I said it was heavy. I understand deeper truths, discernment, and wisdom here. It did not work. Okay. And so whatever goes up, it has to come back down. Whatever you send out, it has to come back. And just like Lot's wife, when God sent them angels and told him, he said, hey, get you and your peoples and get up out of here. Okay. Because God is about to make it rain thunder. Scorpio energy, like it's like a volcano erupting, and there's going to be nothing left. Like nothing, ashes. That's it. And it goes back into the reading I just recently did, where I said the download I got was destruction versus God's demolition. And destruction is basically tearing something down to where it ceased to exist. But what you don't know is that God's demolition of said destruction was saving grace for you, because it was your destruction that he was demolishing. So please listen to your intuition, use your discernment. You better listen to the guidance that you're feeling. I'm so serious. And be confident. Literally, be confident. Because that's the only thing that people can play off of, to get you to listen to them, to get you to submit to them, to get you to surrender your faith, God's power, to them. I'm so serious. What's underneath that? What was underneath that card? Real quick. Magic, mystery, and then you got treat yourself to a rebirth. You serious? So you sit there and stay in the woods if you want to. I don't recommend it at all, because I don't know what the heck they done conjured up in them woods, honey. But it's a lot of Saturn energy that it's giving that's gonna be coming out there. I guess I should be giving these cards because these have meanings too. All these cards. Oh my goodness. Emerging and flourishes at the top. I'm not getting those. Okay, I'll just let you know. But listen, so I got your oracle messages here. Be confident in yourself, okay? Because when you're confident in yourself, it don't matter what nobody else thinks. Subconscious thought, that's what you need to work on within yourself. What to reject externally is anything that's a contradiction to what it is that's in here, what you're being shown. And then when it comes to harmony, when it comes to family, when it comes to, like I said, family shouldn't be competing with you. You shouldn't feel like, you know what I mean? Like there's a difference between advising you to be discerning and for your benefit versus excuse me, trying to keep you stagnant and stuck. Excuse me, and excuse me. Yeah. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. So check back in a little bit. I will have timestamps for your oracle messages so you can go back and get what the author has to say about these cards in particular. If this is where you drop off, I'm sending you lots of love, peace, clarity, abundance, and overflow. Until our next encounter, if this was helpful, please do like the video and subscribe for future content that I put out here in the upcoming weeks. Listen, stuttered like a mug. But anyways, I am going to give you one raw truth oracle too with that closing message to hold on to. What is a raw truth to take away from that message for Pile 1? For the Peacock. Listen, again, trust in your faith. Believe. You need to apologize to yourself. Listen, you better listen. Listen by Beyonce. Maybe you need to go listen to that song. But it says, may the grace of God speak for you where your abilities cannot. And then it says, as you age, you pay attention to a person's mindset over beauty. I can read my own handwriting. And it says, you got a better chance of getting chased by a dog than by me. LOL. Yeah. Exactly like I said. The message was for who it was for. And that goes for anybody, family, friends, like whatever. People always act like, I don't know. It is what it is. But all right, that's what I got for you. Make sure you get in your rocket, take off, and fly, which is just to freely love yourself. And until our next encounter, you take care. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do pile number 2. You got the Lamb. Every time I see this card, I think about that song, Now Behold the Lamb. You may resonate with that song as well. Let's see what you've been denying self here. You could even be denying that you are, like, I heard sacred, the sacredness that you hold with your divinity, with God, in your practice, your faith. Yeah, you may struggle with believing like just how sacred you are. I think you're overly humble sometimes. It reminds me of the story of David and Saul, the pasture, when he was, wow. What you're denying yourself is compassion. You see that? Empathy, caring, acceptance, gentleness. I said, I think you're overly humble. You're this gentle, beautiful flower. Yeah, man. And it's like blossomed open. Beautiful. Yeah, personal boundaries is at the bottom of the deck. So you're sacred. I think sometimes this type of energy is so I want to say generous that it can be mishandled, it can be misunderstood, it can be in some cases taken for granted. And when you're the recipient of those things, it can cause you to question your sense of worth, your sense of value, what you have to offer, belonging, sometimes even purpose. um and it's not just tied into relationships outside the home or upbringing. This steers from actual like childhood, and you know that gentleness kind of not being, I don't want to say glorified, but honored, like appreciated. It's just kind of like picked on, or like, again, taken for granted, like that's expected. It's like expectancy, like you were supposed to, but then it's not given in return. Very one-sided. And again, you have a very forgiving heart to you. This feels like you need to stop denying yourself the compassion when it comes to personal boundaries that you feel you want to put in place, even some of the most difficult ones. And that may even be like actual strong boundaries, barriers, where you're like, no, I'm disconnecting. Like there is no like, I just need a minute. There is no like, hey, I'm just a little busy. No, it's like, don't ever in your life. If you even say that. This could even be like you, I don't know, this empathy, this acceptance, this gentleness, this compassion. It feels very grounded. It feels very like you, however you got to this point to where you even are acknowledging this was a challenge. This was something that was very intimate between you, yourself, and I type of energy. This is something that it took a lot of I feel dedication to your spiritual belief, like faith, practice, like prayer. This is like you working on reprogramming your perspectives in real time even. It feels like you did a lot of self-improvement even out of selflessness, only to find out like there still was really nothing wrong with you. And what you found in trying to improve yourself to be accepted is that you don't want to be accepted anymore by where you wanted to be accepted by, and now you've strengthened yourself because of this different perspective that you have. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. um when you strengthen yourself in that type of way and it comes very independently, that's a type of strength that can't nobody take away from you. And it's not attached to something tangible. It's not attached to something that is outside of you that makes or breaks you. This is like pure thought, pure emotion, pure gratitude, appreciation for yourself, pure self-awareness and self-mastery at the same time with the discovery that you're understanding you want. What is the shadow that you still carry emotionally? Should I take it? Creation with recovery. Well, what's holding you back? Literally, you co-create with spirit. This full moon may have even been of some significance with you. You using the damn key? Maybe even you not needing to share the key with anybody? Again, like I said, something you created. This is very spiritual. Whoever you are. Yeah, release. And then vanity is right here. You stop sharing the damn key. Stop sharing the key. That's what this is giving. At the same time, someone else showed you their key. Bittersweet. Yeah, due to impatience. Somebody's impatience could have made this come to be as well. But at the same time, oh, is that directly to you though? Is this coming? This feels present. One card, please. Rejection. Yeah, and then faith. Something, okay, because that's what I'm saying. Something about that, right? When I was just looking at that card, it was given a vibe like you have a key. Something is a key for you, right? And there was another girl that was in that picture that didn't look like the other girl. But just follow along. The spirit that was blowing, showing this key, it looked like advice, like with empathy, acceptance, caring, compassion, opening up this lamb, this grounded energy. Something is ordained for you. Something I feel like naturally it's just to you, for you, of you, whatever the case may be, and it's an exit to this door. Whatever this key was, I feel like somebody impulsed on something, hurried up and did something, said something, whatever, but there's this rejection here because I feel like whatever action they took or whatever they said to you or whatever, that could have even been like the catalyst to you finally looking at yourself and looking at where your empathy lies with your faith here. And then we have growth, and this card has a very interesting connotation to it. It also has to do with health concerns. Yeah, and a road being blocked for a reason. And I said the full moon may have had something to do with this, or it may be of some significance. This looks like an eclipse almost too. But somebody was blocked, somebody was rejected, and possibly from what they tried to paint, portray, whatever. This feels almost like you about to find out just how sacred you were, or are, I should say, in a but I say are in a situation. Again, expansion. Something that belongs to you, something that was already ordained to you. Like if somebody tried to take something from you, that's not gonna work if this is ongoing, if something feels very present or prevalent. But something's being rejected. Getting back to you, because that completely just derailed me. This is supposed to be what you're still carrying, and as it pertains to this energy, it could be rejections. Yeah, that could be emotionally heavy, and that's what I'm saying. God blocked something for a reason. And with health concerns, even going into that, somebody could have been like not mentally stable as well. And you may not have known the depths of that either, where that applies. This feels like a lot of like, but God in this pile. Again, because you're very empathetic, you're very kind, you're very sensitive to other people's emotions, to where sometimes you could even carry them on. I feel like you may even be able to like pick up on others like projections, so to speak, to where you have to like actually sit like, wait, am I doing this? Do I think like that? Like, very diligent here. And I think that's why it's like, let go of all the old thoughts or what someone used to say, how someone used to be. Remain faithful on your path. Again, something feels like it was blocked for a reason. This could be involving two people, a person. Expansion, and then you have discovery. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, it's the channeling. All right, let me see the guidance really quick. The end evil every day. So the physical reactions, the habits, or the impulses that control your peace. Let's see how to counteract that. Unconditional love. This was in reverse. And sensuality. This could be a partnership. This could be something that you're passionate about, or someone. Being confident and being independent. Fifth house energy is Leo energy. This could be tying into work, pleasure. It's something that you took pleasure in. Or it was tempting, if you will. How, Sway? See what I mean? All these interferences. Get a life. You're not stopping nothing. Not nothing. And we right back. Anyways. Let me see. Let me put this back and pull another one. Let's see what comes out for this. What is the guidance to this? Yeah, inner harmony and grace. I'm trying to tell you with imagination. Courage and faith. This is about your root chakra. Excuse me. When it comes to your sense of worth, belonging, I feel like I trust my innate wisdom and respond accordingly. I do not allow my mind to create doubt or to override strong gut feelings. I'm so serious. You better get out your head and stop being overly compassionate to situations. This gives a vibe of like God putting it in your head, or somebody coming to tell you such and such is this type of person, or such and such did that. And you like, what? I can't see such and such doing that. And then like it come out such and such did that. And you like, oh my gosh. Like, but God, like it's like you still end up getting grace though, because you were removed from a situation. Something was blocked for a reason. And I just think that whatever it was, how the situation happened, there may have been like a lot of questioning. It may have been very abrupt. Again, going into your upbringing, this may have triggered you from some wounds that you had in the past. I don't know. It feels like something like very destructive, very like all of a sudden. Even with Saturn, even it feels very intense. But not allowing yourself to get caught up in your head, or causing yourself to question your inner authority. And I feel like, again, your worth, your value with grace. This is a clear indication. Like I said, you're very sacred. So I would say don't go back to anything that you've already completed. That wasn't good for you, that wasn't serving you. I would say if something resurfaces, yes, make peace with your past. But again, I wouldn't repeat anything. Literally, my personal power is free from ego, and from any desire to manipulate or exploit situations or people. The foundation of all my thoughts and actions is trust in myself. I surrender all my fears and burdens to a higher power. I believe in a higher power, and I know that it is within and around me, offering assistance and guidance. Yeah, I'm at peace with myself and those around me. I do not harbor unrealistic expectations of myself or others. I release the need to control others. This is about you letting go. And going on about your business. Now you flip. Now if you're on the other side of the controlling aspect of it, you know, take accountability where you are, because that's essentially what's happening, regardless. But I really think this is about you finally choosing yourself. And if there's one person in particular or a group of people, I wouldn't deal with these people anymore. Yeah, everything is working out. So let go of worry and know that everything is going to be okay. Trust that things are working out behind the scenes, even if it seems like they aren't. Things are about to get better. Change your perspective to a more positive one. Push past minor inconveniences or setbacks by not allowing them to ruin your day. You're in the flow of life and good things are happening. The power of repetition. Yeah, patience. Be patient with yourself. Overcome anxiety. Don't cling to familiarity. Like, push through. Most definitely push through. And I really think you need to push through now more than ever, because something doesn't feel like this time around the wheel it's going to be like it has been all the other times. Like if I'm looking at this with the second house and the eighth house, your morals and values, again, they've increased, they've deepened even when it comes to yourself. So has your strength. I feel like your ability to persevere. Make sure you're persevering for what's worth it, though, because looking at the seventh house and the third house, this would be kind of awakening to the fact that you would be involved with, like, it doesn't feel like someone would really. Hold on. What is the external energy I'm picking up on? Because I'm looking at a 10 here and I'm looking at a 10 here. And together that's a judgment. So whatever this is, it's something from your past, or it's something that is like a severance to allow for the world card to come into effect, which is a new cycle. It's a brand new beginning. It's the end of a cycle, essentially. This is necessary. It may look messy, but something is supposed to be playing out like this. Fire, action, vitality, impulse. Again, I said that. I said somebody impulsively did something. This is passion, will, desire, and enthusiasm. And then here we have earth, grounding energy, physically grounding foundations, nature, body, and strength, with fear, imperfection to acknowledge and to transform. And then the 10th house is actually coming out here. Career, social status, reputation, and ambition. And then you got the lucky card. And then you got third house coming out here too. Connection, communication, exploring, and learning. With family coming out now. Fourth house. I'm done. That is the seventh house energy. It feels like you were removed from a situation that either you didn't know the full scope of, or you didn't fully know the person, to say the least. And with this inner harmony, this grace, I don't think this person has inner peace, and you just never seen it. Let me see. Unbridled passion. Notice the 2 cards, and then you have inspired power. Well, here's 21 here, and then here's temperance. And that you are passion incarnate. Your seductive and sensual energy weaves your relationships with intensity. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, so reconnecting with your ecstasy of creation, both within and without, your soul is nourished by your desires, allowing you to manifest your deepest and truest intentions with enthusiasm. Let this wild and sexy energy flow freely from you. It is one of your soul's gifts. Cultivate it accordingly. That part. Be patient with yourself. I feel like if you have people coming towards you, if you have an ex partner coming towards you, be patient with this person too, because something about this feels very sexual in that instance. I feel like you should reject this person. There could be something underlying that may not be known or worked out. But at the same time, it's very addicting, very magnetic. This person may want to commit to you, may want to be with you, but this is showing something should come to an end. Divine power lies within you, waiting to be awakened. You are capable of turning your seeds of intention into blooms that will delight and sustain you for many years to come. This is your time, dear one. Trust in your ability to call forth abundance and watch it flow to you with ease. All that comes to you is yours because you are worthy and you have been patiently faithful. Receive this affirmation with gratitude. I'm trying to tell you, I really think that something with your passion, be patient. Don't get caught up in partnerships, to say the least. I feel like you need to transmute that energy into your creation, creating the life that you want to live, fueling yourself. Yeah, connecting to your womb. This is about healing your womb. You do what you want. You're grown. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly think that this is about transmuting this energy and you allowing for yourself to see just how magical that passion can be how it can be transmuted. I definitely think you're supposed to be rejecting something or someone. And again, connecting with your womb is also protecting your womb. If you must, I would just wear protection. That's all I'm going to say. Um, what are the dominant emotions that run your life? So burn with desire. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. So today, go inward. Your answers lie within. What do you desire? Choose to do what makes you happy. Literally. I'm going to just tell you right now, get out. Okay, get out of whatever complacent mindset, state of being you've been in. If it's a relationship, a spade is a spade. Okay, you are desiring a lot more fulfillment than just sexual fulfillment. That's what this is saying as well. Like you need deeper commitment, deeper connection. You need someone that's actually going to inspire you, someone that's actually going to, I feel, push you to get out of a level of complacency to be okay, like in operating out of your shadow aspects, even, to say the least. This pile is kind of complex, but in that sacredness is, again, going back into this sacred energy. I feel like everything you've gone through up until this point, the reason why you're so magnetic and all this other stuff is because you have a higher purpose. And in that higher purpose, I think that you're coming into this understanding, and this feels like, if it's not a person you're connected to now, it feels like it's someone that you're attracting from your past. Um, maybe you had a long history with this person, maybe you didn't. It could be multiple people, friends, family as well. I don't think that they're coming back for you to rekindle, to reconnect, because what I'm looking at is that this 21, this inspired power, I think you're really supposed to continue to go forward in a new beginning independently. This is about you being in your Empress energy. This is about you standing in your strength. And it just feels like their passions, their desires, whatever, is going to have you rejecting what you should be working on, what you should be painting, because you're going to be too compassionate everywhere else. You're going to be giving grace everywhere else but to yourself. And connecting to your womb is creating. It is allowing yourself to, I feel like, do what it is that you feel. Again, it's all in divine order now. Allow. How can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? So I don't think that you need to allow someone's burning passion or their intensity even of a desire one way or the other to sway you from what you want or from what you need. Don't allow yourself to become distorted. Again, because the pictures, the mind here. Stay confident. The 25th may really be of some significance because the first pile also had a card that had 25 on there. Issues are just old patterns I need to address. And I'm noticing here, it's a pattern of this. I just feel like, honestly speaking, it's a severance. At the end of the day, that's what this boils down to, is you, even in that's 26. 25, 26. There's a severance with your worth, your value, your inner power. If you used to feel like your power, your worth, and value came from sex, that it's not like that anymore. You have this is more sacred to you now, or it is becoming more sacred to you now, and you're understanding what real passion is. Even in like discovering yourself, I feel like you're becoming passionate about that. Your spirituality, it feels like you're becoming passionate about healing even, and going forward. Completing cycles, to say the least, is what this looks like. As I'm saying that, you have love with platonic energy on here. It feels like you're being your own best friend, devoted, affectionate, and tender. And this is the only energy you're making room for at the same time. This is what you're connecting to. People that are going to be patient with you, that aren't going to be like overly intense. I really think you being in this energy and rejecting someone is driving somebody's bonkers. Adjustment to make, learning through experience, spirituality, intuition, dreams, idealism, and illusion. As I'm saying that. Whoever that person is, it could be a Pisces in particular. I would just be kind or let them down gently. Like I said, somebody's mental isn't the best with this unbridled. And passion, yes, it's desire and stuff, but too much passion turns into like anger, rage, hate, especially if you can't get it. Burning with desire, like, Let me see. I speak my truth and validate it with action. Yeah, you have move on. Externally, you have my fears. Internally, the obstacle. And we have the lamb again. I think this is about you severing ties. Finally speaking up and saying no. Maybe like this is even like, yeah, it's definitely speaking up and saying no. You may have to outright reject someone or outright like say no. Maybe in the past, like you typically didn't have to reject someone. Maybe you were left wondering what the hell was going on if you got ghosted. And like now this person's coming in, like in order to put an end to this cycle, you're being called to actually like say no and speak on what the relationship is in certain instances. In other instances, when it's coming to you, I feel like it's just you finally affirming this and moving on internally. And then externally as well, conquering your fears by allowing yourself to respond differently, validating your truth with action, which to me would be going after your dreams, your goals, your desires, you making sure you look good, you feel good, you're eating good, you're sleeping, you're resting, you're connecting with people that love you. But being very devoted to yourself. And developing a more balanced way of utilizing this empathy and compassion to where it doesn't drain you or make you susceptible to being manipulated. Honestly speaking, that's kind of what it gives. In some instances, it feels like someone was manipulated in the past or could be. And you're coming out of that. Let me shine. Dun, 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 dun. All right, what are... Ooh, peace is the first card that came out, and passion. Peace with your passion, though. Peace from this passion. Feels like both. It feels like your passion being ignited, but then it feels like peace from someone's passion, like someone's craziness. New path emerging at the bottom of the deck. Compassion again at the bottom of the deck. And then you got heal the heart and spirit coming out here with intention and inner voice. Can you pull on the passion, please? Earth, grounding energy with new growth. Then you have a new path emerging with new growth. Honor yourself. Your new path emerging could be after you've separated from someone, like I said, and then you got love platonic coming out here. You might have a new friend. This could be you meeting someone new. I just feel like you have someone jealous. And if it's not you, this could be whoever you're connecting to. They have someone that could be jealous. This could be someone's kid's mom, if you're a woman, or like vice versa. This could also be their mom in some instance. It just feels like someone that at one point had this person's devotion, and it's like someone finally nipped it in the bud, finding out about you, or like, I don't know, something about this is new, but something is from the past, especially with this Neptune in conjunction. What is that? To do a 180, you would need 30. That's 5. The 30th maybe is some significance. A Taurus maybe is some significance. Something about the end of this month maybe is some significance too. Someone could have gotten a divorce and it's just now like stepping out, trying to move on. Someone could be 50 and their person is now tripping because they're just now trying to move on. I don't know. It's weird. Your person would think that's weird too. Yeah, grounded energy. Interesting. Oh, I was about to sing The Lion King. Can you feel the love tonight? That may be some significance. Because didn't Simba and Nyla like get separated and get back together? It wasn't hold on, where's the lamb? Peaceful, prophetic, and patient. So the lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. OMG, and that makes sense because Rafiki was the one that ended up bringing Simba and Nyla back together, basically, or like setting up their little, yeah. Wait a minute, and then freaking Nyla had to tell Simba when she ran into him about what was going back down in his hometown with Scar, and had asked to come and help with his mom. I don't know, maybe go watch The Lion King, honey. But anyways, so though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. This trust is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. It says, when in balance, knowingness, inner peace. When out of balance, quiet, timid, and concerned. To bring into balance is to meditate and to listen. But peaceful, prophetic, and patient. I even feel like something you know or intuitively feel that you may be fearful of. with this obstacle here. So it's already like, if you, again, stay grounded, because it's almost like if God's making you aware of it, it's already been worked out before you even get to it. So I wouldn't worry about it. Okay? So let's get you Raw Truth Oracle message and see what you need to know. But I would say overall, what you need to stop denying yourself is compassion, empathy, acceptance for everything that was, everything that is, and what you want going forward. It says you were lied to about what to expect. Get over it. Get to work. The raw truth. You also have God says He is taking you up to new levels. Your life is going to be better than ever before. Focus on Jesus. The world has nothing to offer. Money may be involved in this as well. Again, I didn't mention the key. Let me see. Get a couple more. Couple more. Okay. So if you're warned about the cost of going for it, you should see the cost of staying exactly where you are. Bro, I told you. And it had a strong undertone of that in the message, where it's like, reject something. Don't go back to something. Keep pushing forward. Focus on your inner harmony. It says grown looks like healthy communication, sincere apologies, change behavior, true honesty, acceptance, accountability, all of these without blaming someone else. And then practice and patience, invest energy into it before you say you don't like it or are not good at, can't do it. I will not water myself down to make myself more digestible. They can choke. I'm so serious. That is the message. I hope it was helpful. If it was, let me know by liking the video. It's truly appreciated. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find that in the description box. Again, check back in a little bit. I will have a link to the oracle messages and what the author has to say about those from the book. Sending you lots of love, peace, clarity, abundance, and overflow. Till our next encounter, get into your rocket, take off, and fly. Take care. Bye.